Hi everyone, this place is located in my town. I often walk here and one day I thought why not to try to improve this area and to make it more attractive. As I work in landscape design, I became curious to look at this place from a different perspective. So I decided to take on the project and show you what I could come up with. Here we have a small pathway with 4 planting beds in the middle, framed by low borders. Also, there are beautiful birch trees growing on both sides, creating light shade, and there are also few spruce trees. And across the road there is a small park. Now let's start the transformation. First of all, I decided to work on the borders. They were already quite old, and in some places part of them were completely missing. I didn't really like that white color. So I decided to replace them with new ones and make them gray. I think this way they look much more modern and fit better into the surrounding space. The photo was taken in spring and the greenery was only just starting to appear. So the next step was to add a little more greenery and freshen up the grass around the planting beds. Next, I added medium grade pine bark mulch to the beds. It not only makes the planting beds look clearer and more finished, but also helps retain moisture in the soil and reduce weed growth. It was also clear that the area hadn't been thoroughly cleaned for quite some time. After that, I cleaned up the asphalt surface a little and it immediately looked better. And now I already like it much more. One thing that caught my attention, this aluminium structure across the road. I decided to partially hide it with some green shrubs, and it looks much better. Now let's talk about the plants. For the main planting beds I choose one of my favorite. It's strong Annabelle hydrangea. It's quite low maintenance and doesn't require as much care as some other types of hydrangeas. The birch trees here create light shade, which is also a good environment for this plant. Strong Annabelle is also drought tolerant and has strong flower heads that stay attractive for a long time. So yeah, I think it's a great choice for this type of urban planting bed. And along the borders underneath the birch trees I decided to plant hostas. Hostas do well in shaded areas, so this location is perfect for them. I chose a simple green variety without variegated or overly dark foliage. And I wanted the hostas to complement the composition without taking attention away from the hydrangeas, and they spread nicely, stay decorative throughout the season, and work really well for filling the space underneath the trees. And now let's see the final result. This is what the area looked like before, and this is what it looks like after. I think that even with very simple solutions we managed to refresh this place, make it look more maintained and add a little more elegance. And what I especially like is that we didn't have to completely redesign this area. We simply worked with what was already here and added a few new elements. Thank you so much for watching this transformation. I really enjoy noticing places like this around and thinking about how they could be more beautiful, comfortable and enjoyable for people. And that's exactly why I love landscape design, because of creating beauty and bringing a little more order to the spaces around us. Thank you for watching. See you next time.